The diet world is filled with conflicting advice about carbohydrates. On one hand, you have experts promoting low-carb or even no-carb diets, like Keto and Atkins, claiming these approaches can lead to rapid weight loss and improved metabolic health. On the other hand, there's a significant body of research supporting the idea that carbs are an essential part of a balanced diet, especially when it comes to fueling your body for exercise and overall well-being. But can you really live without carbs? Is it sustainable in the long term? And what about exercise? How does the body respond when it's deprived of the fuel it's accustomed to? The truth might be more complex than you think. And today we're going to explore the shocking truths about ketosis, exercise, and living without carbs. 1. What happens to your body when you cut out carbs? Carbohydrates are the body's primary source of energy. When you consume carbs, they are broken down into glucose, which your muscles and brain use for quick energy. However, when you drastically reduce your carbohydrate intake, your body enters a state known as ketosis. In ketosis, your liver produces ketones from fat, which then becomes the primary fuel source for your body instead of glucose. Initially, this may seem like a magic solution for fat burning, as the body starts burning its fat stores for energy. Many people report rapid weight loss in the first few weeks of a low-carb or ketogenic diet, but this initial weight loss is often primarily water weight, and it doesn't necessarily mean you're losing fat in a sustainable or healthy way. In addition to ketosis, cutting out carbs also leads to a reduction in the insulin levels in your body. This can be beneficial for people with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. But it's important to note that insulin is not inherently bad, especially during high-intensity exercise. Additionally, muscle glycogen, stored carbs, is what fuels muscles during prolonged activity. When glycogen stores are depleted, it can lead to a phenomenon known as hitting the wall, where you suddenly feel fatigued and are unable to continue exercising at your normal intensity. This is why athletes, particularly those who participate in endurance sports, often carb load before competitions to ensure their glycogen stores are full. 3. Ketosis and muscle loss. The hidden cost. While the ketogenic diet may help with fat loss, it's not all smooth sailing. One of the hidden costs of extreme carb restriction is muscle loss. When you don't consume enough carbs, your body may start breaking down muscle tissue for amino acids, which are then converted into glucose to fuel your brain and body. This can result in a loss of lean muscle mass over time, making it harder to maintain a healthy metabolic rate and strength. For those who are trying to build muscle or maintain an active lifestyle, adequate carbs are necessary to preserve muscle tissue and support recovery after workouts. When you cut carbs too drastically, you might also experience delayed muscle recovery and reduced strength, which could be counterproductive for those looking to enhance their fitness levels. 4. Can you exercise effectively while in ketosis? While it may seem counterintuitive, it is possible to exercise while in a state of ketosis. In fact, many athletes who follow a ketogenic diet report achieving impressive performance over time, but it takes adaptation. Initially, you may experience decreased performance, as your body needs time to adjust to burning fat as its primary fuel source instead of carbs. This adaptation phase typically takes anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, and during this time, your body will become more efficient at burning fat for energy. Once fully adapted, many people on a ketogenic diet report improved endurance for low to moderate intensity exercise, like walking, cycling, or long-distance running. However, for high-intensity workouts, like weightlifting or sprints, you may find yourself struggling to reach peak performance. In short, ketosis and exercise can coexist, but the intensity and type of exercise you perform may need to be adjusted to align with your body's fuel sources. For those looking to optimize performance in intense workouts, a balanced approach that includes some carbs for pre-workout energy may be necessary. 5. Sustainability. Can you live without carbs long-term? Living without carbs long-term is possible, but it's not for everyone. The ketogenic diet and other low-carb diets can work wonders for short-term weight loss and fat burning, but they can be difficult to maintain over time. Many people find it hard to stick to a strict no-carb diet due to its restrictiveness, social challenges, and potential for nutrient deficiencies. Moreover, a low-carb diet can result in digestive issues, as carbs are important for gut health and provide fiber that helps with digestion. Without sufficient fiber from carbs, you may experience constipation, bloating, and discomfort. A more balanced approach may be the key for long-term health. Instead of cutting out carbs entirely, focus on consuming whole, unprocessed carbohydrates like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, which provide essential nutrients without causing spikes in blood sugar. 6. The impact of carbs on your hormones and mental health. One of the often overlooked effects of carbohydrates is their impact on your hormones, particularly serotonin, the neurotransmitter responsible for regulating mood, happiness, and relaxation. When you consume carbs, they trigger the release of insulin, which in turn helps amino acids like tryptophan to cross the blood-brain barrier. Tryptophan is a precursor to serotonin, meaning that when you eat carbs, it indirectly helps improve your mood and mental state by boosting serotonin production. On a low-carb or ketogenic diet, serotonin production can be compromised due to limited tryptophan availability. This may lead to mood swings, irritability, or even depression in some people. Many individuals following a low-carb diet report experiencing feelings of fatigue, brain fog, or difficulty concentrating during the first few weeks as their body adjusts to fat as the primary energy source. These symptoms may subside over time, but it's important to be aware of how drastically reducing carbs can affect your mental health. 7. Carbs and long-term health. The importance of a balanced diet, long-term health, isn't just about weight loss or burning fat. It's about providing your body with the nutrients it needs to function optimally over time. This means that carbohydrates should not be viewed as the enemy, but rather as an essential part of a well-rounded and sustainable diet. While low-carb diets, like keto, may help people lose weight quickly, the long-term effects of avoiding carbs can have consequences for your health that aren't immediately obvious. For example, carbs are a rich source of fiber, which plays a critical role in gut health, digestion, and bowel regularity. Fiber from whole grains, fruits, and vegetables not only helps maintain a healthy digestive system, but also supports heart health by lowering cholesterol and reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease. Can you really live without carbs? The answer is yes, but with important considerations. For some, a low-carb or ketogenic diet can provide impressive short-term benefits, especially for fat loss and improved insulin sensitivity. However, cutting out carbs entirely for long periods can have drawbacks, especially when it comes to exercise performance and muscle preservation. Carbs are an essential fuel for the body, particularly during high-intensity activities. Instead of eliminating carbs entirely, aim for a balanced approach that incorporates healthy, whole carbohydrates, while ensuring your body has the energy it needs to thrive in both daily life and physical activity. The key is finding a diet that aligns with your fitness goals, lifestyle, and overall health.